A Man's Point of View, starring yours truly, Mr. Tattoo Model, on the left, on the right. I want to thank everybody who wrote in last week and making the first show a success. It's picking up, you know what I'm saying? A lot more people are watching. The views are starting to get up. So please keep supporting the show. 2014 is going to be big for your boy. I appreciate all the support, all the people on Instagram, Twitter, you know what I'm saying? People following this on YouTube. Hey, I appreciate, you know, every little support. You know, definitely appreciate it. God bless all y'all. And just want to say thank you. So, and just continue to roll with this. We're going to go ahead and jump right into the show. You know, I don't like to waste your time. This comes from Mr. All-Around Dad. Got my first mail writer in, so I want to thank you, Mr. All-Around Dad. His situation is, why our fathers are dying breed. Why are so many men scared to raise their kids? And he asked me, who's my personal father figure? Well, I'm going to start off with that one. My personal father figure is retired Chief Master Sergeant Sidney C. Melvin. There's no better role models than that man. If I can be half the man that he is, I would have done a good job. He raised me. He taught me. He disciplined me. This just, you know, he was born to be a father, and he's done that. I got two brothers who are cut from the same cloth, and you know, it don't get no better than that for me. So, Dad, if you ever watch this, Chief Master Sergeant Sidney C. Melvin, call him Chief. Actually, honest with y'all, I call him Legend around the house. Hey, Legend, what you doing? Legend, you need anything? Because what he's done for me in my life and my daughters is nothing short of legendary. So, shout out to Dad. I love you. Thank you very much. Why our fathers dying breed? Honestly, it's a two-way street. First of all, we're becoming fathers before we're ready. You know, having unprotected sex. You know, little girlfriend or whatever gets pregnant, and we're not ready to be fathers. And you know, as much as bringing a child into the world is a beautiful thing, it's also a scary thing, because you got somebody else's life in your hands. They're dependent on you. You know, clothes, food, water, education, protection. Those things aren't easy, and if you're not equipped as a man, even as a woman, you know, to be a mother equipped to handle those responsibilities, it can get scary, and a lot of people do bail. And the second part of that is, real fathers are a dying breed because we're not choosing the right women to have children with. You know, you knock up that chick from the club that gave it up to you on the first night. You know, I'm not saying there hasn't been successful parents where a one-night stand resulted in a child and they weren't successful parents. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying if you know that girl you sleeping with, you know what I'm saying, gave it to you in the first night, you're not feeling her like that to where, you know, you want to have a child with her, and then she calls you, you get that text, hey, I'm pregnant. You know, you have nothing invested. You don't want to stick around, and men aren't sticking around. You know, so, you know, with that being said, you know, protect yourself. You know, I told my children, I tell everybody, if you're about to have sex with somebody, look at them. Really look at them. And ask yourself, if something goes wrong and this person ends up pregnant, can I see myself spend the rest of my life involved with this person? And if you can't say yes right off the bat, protect yourself or don't do it at all. That's all I'm going to tell you. Protect yourself or don't do it at all. And why are men scared to raise their kids? Like I said, man, it's a lot of responsibility, and you know, and it goes back generational. You know, don't get me wrong. You know, there's some parents out there who flat out did their best, and their kids just went way left for no reason. You know, I can't speak to that. I'm cut from a mold, from a cloth, and from a clan of men who just raise their kids, and I'm blessed for that. You know, and my daughters will tell you there isn't anything I wouldn't do for them. You know, they come first. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the type of parent. You know, if I'm wearing Jordans, they wearing Jordans. You know, if I'm wearing Gucci, they wearing Gucci. I can't afford that yet, but if I could, we'd all be wearing it. Trust me. So, Mr. Wonderful Dad, I hope that answers your questions. You know what I'm saying? But you know, you sound like you're a real father. So, you know, if that's what you're doing, please keep doing what you're doing. Especially y'all men who are raising daughters. Please stay in your daughters' lives. Please stay in your daughter's lives, because you're going to be upset when some little hood man gets a hold of her and she don't know the difference between a real man and, you know, or some cupcake dude out there, and then she gets done wrong and you want to tear apart the world, when the really thing is you should be tearing apart yourself because you weren't sticking around in that young girl's life. So, you know, stick around and raise your kids, man, and that's just real talk, you know what I'm saying? Real talk, raise your kids. Alright, next one comes from Mrs. I'm Human Too. Dear Mr. Tattoo Model, as I'm dating different men, I find that my upper management career intimidates some of these men. Just like everyone else, I'm looking for love too. What should I do? First of all, Mrs. I'm human too. Do you? You know what I'm saying? A real man isn't intimidated by a woman's success, by how much money she makes, what she do, you know, what kind of car she drive, kind of house she live in. You know, I'm the type of dude, I'm looking for a woman. If I throw $100 on the table, you throw 101. You know what I'm saying? Match my work and go above. When you throw $100 on the table, I'm gonna throw 101. I'm gonna match your work and go above. So it's just about finding that dude who's got that confidence swag that, you know, if you're trying to conquer the world, he ain't asking you why. He's asking you, how can I help you? You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, if you're a real woman about yours, when you bring it home, you bring it home for the family, for everybody to eat, for everybody to share, for everybody to enjoy. And that's what a real dude do. If you bring it home, you know, more money than me, but, you know, it's about us, you know what I'm saying? You're not throwing it in my face. You're not making me feel belittled. Baby, by all means, do you. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, a man wants to feel like a man. And that's what it boils down to, you know what I'm saying? He wants to feel like he's contributing. He wants to feel like he's, you know, a part of what you're doing, a part of raising the household, a part of raising your kids, whatever the case may be. But, you know, if he's just flat out, you know, holding you back and it's because of some insecurities he has about what you do for a living, that's not going to be a healthy relationship, you know, and you need to resolve that or you need to move on. You know, I hate to tell you that, but, you know, don't hold back what you're doing, you know what I'm saying, in terms of bettering yourself. At the same time, you know, let him know that he's needed, appreciated, and, you know, and he's still a man and he has a foothold and a stronghold in the household and things you're trying to do. So hope that answers your question. Thank you, Mrs. I'm Human too. The next one, oh, yep, this one's coming from a young lady who wrote in last week. Follow-up question, and it's called Mrs. Undercover Freak this time. She says, okay, you said a man likes a woman that is confident and take control. If you haven't let that inner freak out with your man yet and he's not used to it, how come he thinks you're cheating because you're bringing new tricks to the room? Signed, Undercover Freak. If he thinks you're cheating, it's because one or two things. A, he's insecure, or B, he has some suspicions, you know, that you are cheating. But if you're a good woman and he has no reason to think you're cheating, it just goes back to the man's psyche. And I can't speak on any man's psyche because, you know, they all build it up, you know, one way or another, things they've been through in terms of your relationship and things they've been through in the past. I just say take your time, communicate with your man, you know, let him know, hey, babe, nothing personal, nothing against you, but to keep our relationship fresh, you know what I'm saying? Let's try some new different things, role playing, you know, y'all go meet at the bar, act like strangers, and y'all one night stand, you know, pretend it's a one night stand at the crib. I don't know. Do whatever you want to do in terms of keeping it fresh, but you know, just make sure, like I said, just know your man, communicate with your man, and you know, and just know his limits, you know what I'm saying, and just keep his mind at ease, you know what I'm saying, and just go from there, you know what I'm saying. It's hit or miss, you know, like I said, it's all about knowing your man's psyche and communicating with him, and, you know, hopefully, you know, you introducing new things to the bedroom doesn't cause turmoil in a relationship. So I want to thank you for writing in, Miss Undercover Freak, and I hope that answers your questions also. And this one is coming from, I guess she based this on Maury Povich. She called herself, "You Are the Baby's Daddy." And she writes in, should mandatory paternity tests be given at birth? I mean, so many men doubt the child's paternity. Shouldn't it be automatic to prevent any doubts? I can go for that. I think paternity tests should be mandatory regardless of, you know, being married, dating, one-night stands. You know, when you come in, you know, y'all about to give, you know, the lady's about to give birth to a child, a DNA test should be given, you know what I'm saying? You know, just make sure that everything's on up and up. Just protects everybody, you know, nothing personal. I just think it should be mandatory, you know, because there's a lot of people out there who, you know, who paying child support probably for a child that's not even theirs, you know. You know, you got men going in there, you know, and they find out that later that their wife is cheating. You know what I'm saying? Then they're going to have to go back and get DNA tests, you know what I'm saying, to see if that child is theirs, you know what I'm saying? That's just, And by then, they 3 or 4 years into raising the child's getting older, recognize that person as their parent, and then something out the back wind comes up, and now, oh, what you mean, the baby isn't mine? And then now, he's wondering what he should do, and he's stuck like, damn, I've been raising this child for all these years, and now she's not mine because, somebody stepped out the relationship. So, and that isn't fair. So, yes, I think paternity tests should be done right up front, DNA test, lock it in, confirm it, you know what I'm saying? And, God willing, everybody who does that finds out that the child is there so they can go on their lives, happily. But, better to know now than, you're 3 or 4 years into the game, and like I said, that child, you're going to love that child, care for that child, only to find out that that child is not yours. That's devastating. That is devastating. And, yeah, a lot of men do have doubts, you know what I'm saying? But, doubts come from the environment of the relationship. If you're out there, you every weekend he call you, what you doing? You say, I'm out with the girls in the club, you know what I'm saying? Or, maybe y'all don't do it as much as y'all normally do, whatever the case may be. And then all of a sudden you end up pregnant, he's going to have doubts. So, that's just it. It's all about the environment of your relationship and what you're doing with your man. And basically, how y'all communicate. So, other than that, man, just keep pushing, you know what I'm saying, and stay faithful, and, hopefully, these DNA tests will come out in your favor, and, you won't be that chick on Maury, like, hey, Maury, I'm sure this time. I'm 100,000,000% sure. And then Reggie, not the baby daddy, and that's the third time you've been on there, you know what I'm saying? Basically, you just broadcasting to the world that you're a hoe, but that's a whole different show. So, other than that, man, that's all who wrote in for this week. I appreciate those few who wrote in. Hope I answered your question completely and thoroughly. Like I said, I'm not a counselor. I'm not a therapist. I didn't go to school for this. And like I said, I'm not Steve Harvey. I'm not telling you how to think. I'm just giving you, my opinion from a general man's point of view. Once again, please follow me on Instagram, Mr. Tattoo Model, Twitter, same thing, Mr. Tattoo Model. And keep subscribing to the Mr. Tattoo Model channel on YouTube. Write in, submit your questions to mrtattoomodel@gmail.com. And look forward to seeing y'all next Sunday for the show, or probably Monday when everybody gets it. So shout out to everybody. Have a happy and blessed holiday. Happy Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Y'all be safe. Don't drive drunk. To all my service brothers and sisters out there who are serving in the armed forces, especially Army Strong. Y'all be safe out there. For those of you who are deployed, can't be with your loved ones, my prayers are with you. Be safe. Get home as soon as you can. And just look out for each other out there. And shout out to all my family and friends. I love y'all. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year's to y'all. God bless and take care. And I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.